This is Secret America.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Jack Danger along with Jay Gatling, and we are on at a special time today. There's just so much to get to that we decided, it would be a good time to just come on, do an extended episode. LFA TV wanted us to come on at 6 anyway, so it's perfect. And we just go ahead and extend. We're going to go from 6 to 8 rather than doing an hour. Today, we're going to do 2 hours. So we have something special for the first 15 minutes of the show. We have a special guest. He's a former Army combat medic, military combat medic, and he is a video producer. Absolutely excellent. It is Phantom MAGA. We're going to welcome him into the show. How you doing today, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's great to be on the show.
Hey, it is great to see you, man. So, first of all, you are excellent at making the videos. I mean, I'm going to show everybody real quick before we start. I want to show everybody the video that you made for us. This is an intro video that he actually just made for us. It's really impressive. I mean, the stuff that he can do is just impressive. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the screen so everybody can hear it real quick. Let's take a listen.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is Secret America, where media meets truth.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America?
Buckle up. As always, it's about to get real. Your Secret America hosts, Jack Danger and Jay Gatling.
That is really, really good. I must say that is an excellent video. Yes. So thank you so much for making that. Why don't you tell everybody, I mean, a video like that, how long does something like that take to make? I mean, how many kind of different versions do you have to go through?
That particular one was 7.5 hours, the first round. And then with the changes that you went over with me, it was another hour. So basically every second is about 20 minutes. And then you're, basically doing all the audio stuff when that's like the last step. But then you try to adjust it to make sure it, goes right with all the scenes as well, too. And then I put a little bit of, Jay in there, a little bit of you in there, and a little bit of my creative ideas in there, too. So
amazing.
Well, go ahead, Jay.
No, I mean, amazing. Absolutely incredible. I appreciate also the 9/11 stuff that's in there. That's obviously close to my heart. So I appreciate it. It was like a tribute to put it all in there. And thank you for making me look absolutely terrified going down that slide.
I like his explanation. I like his explanation earlier where he sasaid, you're not terrified, you're wowed by everything that you know now.
Yeah. I am just shocked by everything I know now. Yes, going down that slide. And no, it's absolutely awesome. It's amazing. Yeah. And we can't wait to use it. So there you go.
Yeah, we're going to start using it now. After today, we're going to be using it as our intro video going forward. But so another special thing that we wanted to talk to you about is you were actually a Howard Stern intern before he turned into an old lesbian. So, I mean, he looks like a white liberal lesbian woman now.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
You could say that. I mean, I wasn't even into politics at that time of my life. It was the year 2000 or the year 2001. It was before 9/11. I went out to California, made a record out there, got signed. The band fell apart. And a friend of mine back in New York was like, hey, I know this disc jockey at 92.3 K-Rock Radio. His name is Will Pendarvis, and they're looking for an intern. And I was like, you know what? I have an idea. And it was, not the right idea, but basically to shop my music out while I was there, being an intern for all the wrong reasons. So, but it was definitely a chapter in my life that I could, never forget. So I would take the Long Island Railroad out to the city about 3 times a week around West 57th Street.
Mhm.
It's the 14th and 15th floor of the Howard Stern building before he went out over to XM Radio. So my spot would basically be, so there's the Howard studio, and then there's the 92.3 studio that are basically back to back. And the one thing that's in between the two of them is Robin Quiver's dressing room. So they would be running the Howard show between like 6 in the morning till about 11. And while they're on, I'm basically setting up and keeping her dressing room straight. At the same time, as soon as they're done and she comes in, does whatever she has to do, I skedaddle for like 10, 15 minutes. Then I'm right back in the same room doing song requests, which is not what people think it is. It's not like people request a whole bunch of songs and then that's what we play. They go into heavy rotation. There's an AR guy that does that. Around lunchtime, I would be running out for Steve Kingston, which was the CEO of Infinity Broadcasting.
Wow.
So Howard Stern and 92.3 K-Rock are both Infinity Broadcasting at that time. So doing
and was Tom Chiasano your boss?
No.
He was the program director at 92.3 K-Rock at that point. Tom Chiasano.
This was Steve Kingston.
Oh, at that time. So
Okay.
tell me, what was Howard Stern like back then? Give me some. Do you have a story you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, they tell us when we're in orientation, like the one thing that you can't do is bother Howard or act like starstruck.
Yeah.
You act starstruck, that's it. However, if you walk through the hallway and it's happened before, you don't say anything to bother him. He says, "Hey, nice to meet you," and you just say, "Nice to meet you too," and you keep walking. That's it. That's what you have to do. There's a certain demeanor when you're there. So also we had to pull CDs down. This was before everything went digital.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't say anything about anyone else that was on the show. So I was in the copy machine room one day and Stuttering John was in there. And I was like, "Oh, hey, I remember when like I was in high school, like you were on MTV and had a song and he just gave me this like really dirty look and walked away."
Really?
Later that day, we're in the actual 92.3, like in the booth with the disc jockey. The days would switch on and off. So there's Will Pendarvis and then there was like Julie Slater. So that day it was Julie Slater and Stuttering John's in there talking about like how he was such a big, to do. And she's laughing at him, making fun of him. Like no one can name anyone that was in your band. No one can name one of your songs. And I happened to be in there pulling discs off the wall. He's like, this guy right here. Like, he just saw me in the copy room the other day. Like, he knows me. He knows all my stuff.
Oh, God.
I took that moment to get my vindication. I said, "Dude, I don't know who you are. I have no idea. Never heard of you." Like, so, and he's going like this because we're live, And I was like, "Dude, I was about to call security because I thought you were a homeless dude." Like, really.
That is good. That's excellent. That's excellent.
Yeah, Julie Slater was laughing her ass off, and basically,
well,
that was funny.
I was listening. I was listening to Howard Stern on 9/11. So I was actually, I was doing at the time. I was doing 4 to 12s in the 114 precinct.
Yeah.
I was listening to Howard Stern in the morning.
Yeah.
So I heard Howard Stern was the person I heard tell me that 9/11 happened. And he was on it right away. When the second plane hit, he said immediately we're under attack.
Yeah.
Also, I would go to before I was on the job, I was going to St. John's. That's where I went to college.
Yeah.
I would drive to St. John's in the morning, listening to Howard Stern. There were times where I didn't get out of the car and just drove right home and missed all my classes. That's how good the show was in the early to mid 90s. That's how good it was.
It was. And I didn't even know till like many years later when I saw him interviewing Biden. I was like, "Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?"
I don't know what happened to him. He used to be so anti-establishment, and now he's like pro-establishment. I mean, he's turned into, he looks like a old white liberal lesbian. I mean, he acts like an old white liberal woman also, and he's scared to death of COVID. I've never seen someone so scared of COVID in my life.
He's looking like Alice Cooper's sister.
Oh, Alice Cooper. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on him. He looks terrible too. You know what's funny? Someone put a picture of Alice Cooper up yesterday with blonde hair and said, "Look how bad Jill Biden looks."
I saw that one.
That was hilarious.
Speaking of stuff that's been going around, did you all see the picture behind me right there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. Tell everybody what that is, because we know what that is, but tell everybody else.
Well, it's Tim Walsh's mugshot from some was it the late 90s? He had
95, I think. 95.
That's a real mugshot, is what you're saying.
He had a DWI. Yeah, it's his real mugshot, but I don't know if like my equipment's picking it up right. It was
Well,
an
it's
idea.
the studio. I mean, our the thing we stream on, bright white lights is hard to see stuff, but you can see the outline of it and everything, and that's just amazing though that's an actual one here. And you got some nice people. Look at Patriot Nola says, "We love you, Phantom." Oh, how sweet.
I love Nola.
Yes.
She's the best.
Very nice.
She's great.
So yeah, I mean, it's amazing how you were able to make these videos. I mean, the things that you do is mind-boggling, especially when it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of patience. AI is in its infancy right now, and you were still able to make this video and tons of others. I mean, when did you get started doing this? How did you learn how to do this so proficiently?
So when I was a kid, I started out with artwork, painting, hence the whole Bob Ross thing. When I did Jay's
That is an excellent video too.
Yeah.
People need to go check that out. He made a video of Bob Ross, and it's actually you, Jay. It's you and some of the people from Ohio.
Chad,
that was an excellent video. I mean, man.
Yeah. And Walter. So I get ideas that are in my head, kind of like, I'm not saying I'm Elon Musk, but he basically says when you got an idea in your head, work on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So some of my ideas, I think for like a second or two, wow, that's a really stupid, crazy maniac idea. But I'm like, you know what? There's like a method to my madness. So there's that. I mean, when I was in middle school, I did recording technology. That was back when it was like DATs and 8 tracks and all that stuff. So then when I got into like 18, 19, 20, started switching over to Sony Acid Pro Studio and Digital Performer Pro Tools for my own stuff, trying to promote my own music, basically. And then what happened, fast forward 2023, or was it 2022? I ended up having to get knee surgery, but I had to wait 6 months to get my surgery, which was out of the Rooney Sports Complex in Pittsburgh. And I basically was stuck to a bed for like 6 months with nothing to do. And this girl that I was friends with, she's always sending me these TikTok videos of her lip syncing to songs. And I was like, that's nice. Thank you. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. And, I'm like, isn't this for like kids though? Like this is like, I don't know this Snapchat stuff and everything else. And I had nothing to do. I had nothing to do, stuck to a bed. I mean, basically hobbling to get around the house. So, I asked somebody like, what apps do you use for doing this stuff? And someone told me, there's CapCut nowadays, but I use Splice, which has its ups and downs. It's got glitches. You can work on something for 10 hours and it won't load and you've lost everything just at random because everything.
How come you use that one then? Is it better in terms of, is it easier to use?
It's basically like when I do my videos, I'm a little bit more analog, even though it's digital. It's basically, even though I'm using a certain app, it's more old fashioned the way that I do it. It's not like some people that are using some of these new stuff like Sanu or whatever's out there that I don't even know how to use that, but there's some people out there that are really, the dumb F finder person. I'm not going to say, but that guy's making amazing stuff with that particular, not platform, but software, which I don't even know that one yet. So everything on Splice is second by second by second. So that's how you get in there like a microscope and shift and move things around exactly how you want it to be. And then I remember like I used to follow Alex Jones. Like I got political around 2012. And I remember when Bush was talking about Skull and Bones 322 and when he was saying it's so secret we can't even talk about it. I'm like, secret America, it's so secret we can't talk about it.
That was perfect. That was perfect, man. And that was from the Skull and Bones interview? Is that what that was about?
Yeah, because him and his father were both members of that fraternity.
Yeah, yeah. Well, some say that that's, something like the Illuminati, things like that. I mean, we could get into that, that could be a whole a conversation for another time. But Phantom, I want to thank you for coming on here, especially thanking you for the video that you made. It was incredible. We know it took a lot of time, and you are an excellent videographer. You're excellent at what you do. And real quick, though, before you go, I want you to tell people where they can find you, and can people purchase videos from you? I mean, can you make videos for people if they wanted to, say, pay you to make a video for them?
I actually have been doing that. If you're familiar with 3D response systems out of Minnesota, it's basically some tactical safety stuff that's going on to try to aid in school shootings. So I did their video. So I'm not monetized. I'm not doing this for money. But if somebody wants to reach out and they want something specific, just like you did, I'm open to it. So, but if as to where to find my videos, it's just under my highlight section. It's just at Phantom MAGA on X, and it's extreme. That's kind of why I cover myself. It's just with the threats that have been out there to Nick Shirley, Benny Johnson. It happens to people. I pretty much just roast liberals pretty badly, and it's just I'm erring on the side of caution, if that makes sense. But yeah.
Well, it's good. It's good that you were able to come here, and we really appreciate that. The video you made, we know it took a long time, many different versions. So I want you to know how much we appreciate that. It's why we wanted you to come on here so we could show people how good you did your work. And everybody, please go check him out at Phantom MAGA. Make sure you go check him out. It's absolutely excellent. We have a little it's a 20-second video that he wanted us to play. It kind of tells you a little bit more, so we're going to go ahead and play that as he signs off. So thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thanks, all of you guys in the chat. Thank you for coming.
Hey, you have a great day, and thank you again.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thanks, bro.
All right, we're going to play this video for him real quick, and let's take a look.
Go do yourself a favor. Type in at Phantom MAGA and go just go down the profile. Start clicking the videos and the songs. Just do that. Turn me off. Completely turn me off. Go away. Do not listen to the show anymore. Bye-bye. We'll see you later. You have a nice time at Phantom MAGA's profile.
And he is absolutely right. Whoever that person is that just said that, I don't really know, but I can tell you that he's absolutely right. The guy's videos are astronomical. They're excellent. So, I'm glad he was able to come on. Jay, what do you think? What do you think about the intro?
Oh, I love it. Absolutely incredible. I love it. And we're going to use it. And you know what I love about it the most? No, it's not true the most, but it gives us an extra 30 seconds before the show to get everything done.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. People don't realize that we have to get stuff done because the link does not come up until we're live on X, So we have to get it all done in the intro.
Right. So no, but it's an awesome video besides that. So it's a bonus. So we get more time, and we have an awesome intro that he did, and he worked so hard on it for us, and we really appreciate it. And you could really just go to his page if you're home, and say you're home in bed sick. You could probably spend all day on Phantom MAGA's account and be very entertained for a good part of the day. So definitely follow him.
Yeah, and it's his own videos. That's the amazing part. It is his own videos. It's not something that he gets from somebody else or anything. It's incredible. It's incredible. Absolutely. So, so I'm glad he came on today. So, Jay, yesterday we revealed something absolutely amazing. Okay? I mean, I was able to track down different things about, I looked up different things, obviously. What I did not look up, though, and I should have, is the six Whig Party people that were, going against Martin Van Buren in the election. There was 6 members of the Whig Party back in the 1830s. I wanted to look them up, but I did not have time. I will say, though, that it is, what we found out yesterday, obviously, is that every president except Martin Van Buren is connected. They are all connected by blood. They are related to each other. They are actually distant cousins. I'm talking about Barack Obama. I'm talking about, Donald Trump. All of them are absolutely related. It's incredible.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like when you told me this, I'm like that. And it's funny, my wife says, I've heard of the Donald Trump and Barack Obama. I've heard that. I've seen that. And I think that's before the show, what you were saying to me. You were saying, I think you might have heard this before, but, I know you haven't heard the rest. And I honestly never heard. I missed the whole Donald Trump. And we lost Jack for a second. We'll get him back. He's having a little bit of a mic problem, but I've never heard of even the Donald Trump and the Barack Obama connection. I just never heard of it. I missed it. Somehow I missed it. And then when you told me that, I was like, wait a minute, right? And then when we played the video of that 12-year-old girl, then it was really crazy. And like, they're all related. I'm like, wait. Who's related to who? Who's like, no, they're all related. Every single president except Martin Van Buren is related. And I was like, okay, that's it. I've heard enough. And then it got crazy after that. And we were looking up everybody different and everybody.
Jay,
I see you.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I wanted to make sure because for a second there, my mute was on and I tried to get it off. Is the mic still crackling or anything?
No, it's better now.
Okay, good, good. Let's not touch anything.
Yeah.
In podcast work, sometimes the littlest loose wire can cause serious issues. So let's not touch anything.
Yeah, I texted Jack during the show. I said, your mic's crackling a little bit, and that's what he was taking care of. But hey, we're professionals. We just move on.
That's right. We're going to move on. No, we're going to talk about it for the next 2 hours. Let's talk about that. Mic crackling, Jay. I mean, no, I'm kidding.
Riveting. Everybody in the comments, tell us your mic crackling stories, please.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
There you go.
The crackling of the mic. So yesterday, like we said, we did all that. And I mean, for people that don't realize how much, we also talked about the conspiracy that it was, because we looked up the odds and it is 1 in 96 quintillion. Which, it goes million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, and then quintillion. So it's 2 levels above trillion, 96 quintillion. Those are the odds that this happened by chance, that 45 of the 46 presidents are related by blood, by the Plantagenet royal bloodline. They are related by blood, and it happened by chance that they all became president. That means it's impossible, Jay. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, and people are going to try to play it down and say, oh, it's because the presidents are. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it because it doesn't mean you always have these photos, right? Or these videos, these old videos when somebody like Bill Clinton is with the Kennedys as a little kid. Well, whoa, wait a minute. How'd that happen? You know how? They're picking these people. They're picking them out of somewhere, and it's from this bloodline. So I don't care what you tell me. This is, quote unquote, a conspiracy because they're picking these people and choosing them to be the next, running them up the ladder, I guess, so to speak, to be presidents. So to me, right there, I think that's a problem. And I don't think anybody really wants that. But it is what we have. And this proves it.
Not only that, but I think that people are not going to I don't think people are actually going to investigate it. I mean, like actual investigators, no. Especially when the president is the most powerful person in the country. But yet our presidents are obviously selected by bloodline. We talked about the Thomas Dewey thing yesterday. When Thomas Dewey won the election, I mean, he had it all but won. There's a famous photo of Thomas Dewey holding up a newspaper. Dewey defeats Truman. The next day, Truman is the winner of the election. Dewey is not part of the bloodline. Truman is. You tell me if Dewey, really won the election or not. He couldn't have because he's not part of the bloodline. And this is a royal bloodline. People don't understand it's actually a royal bloodline. And people talk about, the Rothschilds or this family or that family. We're talking about the Plantagenet royal bloodline. That is a family too. It is a royal bloodline that they are all a part of. Yes, Barack Obama is cousins with Donald Trump. They are cousins.
And I find it interesting, Nick. They could have chosen any bloodline, right? They chose this one, and he's actually responsible for the Magna Carta. I
think that's why they chose it. It may have started with that. You know what? When the Britons actually fought America in the American Revolution? Well, you know how Russia put undercover people in during the Cold War. They actually had families come over, have children who grow up speaking English, looking like English, but they were working for the Russians the entire time, infiltrating the FBI, the CIA. They actually did that. They had kids that grew up to be spies. They were trained their entire lives to be spies. Well, something tells me that maybe America didn't actually win the revolution. Maybe they did. And then maybe Great Britain, the royal bloodline, came over to America to now run things. I mean, tell me, George Washington's part of it. John Adams is part of it. Every president, except for Martin Van Buren, who was the one-term president. They did not allow him to have 2 terms. He was a one-term president, and he only won because he was the Democratic candidate, and he was going up against the newly formed Whig Party. Again, the Republican Party was not a thing at this time. This was in the 1830s. He was going up against the newly formed Whig Party, and they ran 6 regional candidates because they were highly disorganized at the time. That's the only reason that there's one president that had 1 term that was not part of the bloodline. Every other one is. So that's why I say this bloodline comes from Great Britain. This bloodline comes from the UK. Okay? And if it comes from the UK and King John was the guy that signed the Magna Carta, one of the most powerful people, if not the most powerful person in history, now you've got his bloodline running America. It's happened since the beginning. George Washington. It's happened since the beginning. So you tell me, did America really win the revolution? Or did maybe Britain let them win? Maybe did Britain, or did they win and then Britain still brought over their bloodline to run things? You tell me, Jay.
I'm going to go with that one. I think maybe Britain bit off more than they could chew and didn't realize it. Obviously, farmers with pitchforks, right? Remember that saying?
Yeah.
And they couldn't believe it. And then maybe at the end they said, all right, we're not winning this war. We're going to lose. And maybe this is the only way we kind of keep our, fingers in the pie here, and keep a little bit of our influence and our control. Who knows? But, it is very interesting. It is something people could have a lot of fun with. We had fun with it yesterday. We could look up more people today. I wanted to look up Congress people in the House and the Senate. We looked up J.D. Vance. He's not one of them. That tells us, unfortunately, that maybe J.D. Vance doesn't have a chance to be president in 2028. I hope it's wrong. Listen, records are made to be broken. Rules are made to be broken. Things sometimes go astray. Let's hope that happens in 2028. And we'll see.
But think about how powerful this bloodline is. If the beginner, the starter of this bloodline signed the Magna Carta, after the American Revolution, they were able to send over somebody to be president, fight in the American Revolution, and then become president. And they've run America ever since. 250 years. Imagine how powerful this family and bloodline has to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of all time. And I go, more powerful than, I guess, Charlemagne or Genghis Khan or whoever.
Yeah. Well, Genghis Khan was pretty damn powerful, I must say. But yeah.
But you're running for the last 250 years, what has now become the most powerful country in the world, and has been for a while, and probably the greatest republic ever formed. Ever.
Absolutely. And I hope everybody realizes that the stuff we tell you is not a lie. This is 100% true. You can look it up, and I'll tell you the easiest way to look it up is to just go to Grok or something, go to an AI, and type in these exact words. Say just say are 45 of the 46 presidents related through King John Lackland. That's all you have to say. And it will tell you they are related through King John Lackland, which means every one of them are cousins. I don't care how distant it is. They have that blood running through their veins, Jay.
Yeah, no, that's the bottom line. But that's the bottom line. And I don't want to hear people try to, kind of minimize it and this and that. But no, you can't minimize it. Because like I said, whether or not you want to say the pool is way smaller because of where these people came from, and that's great. But the point is, I don't care if you feel that way about it. It's still messed up, and it's still crazy to think we're picking who we're grooming. It's grooming, basically.
And it's not coincidental. That's the thing. This is not possible to be a coincidence.
No. That's it. It's not possible to be a coincidence. And they're basically grooming who they want to have a chance. Not that they're going to be guaranteed to win, but who they want to have a chance to win.
Maybe they are guaranteed to win. There's no way without some kind of guarantee that they could have won 45 of 46 presidencies.
No. And the other thing is they're usually running against somebody else that's in the bloodline.
Yes, most of the time they are, yes.
Yeah, so they're pretty much guaranteed this bloodline. I mean, a few times that it wasn't. I think Michael Dukakis was one, and there's a couple others. You could look them up. But most of the time, it's somebody in the bloodline running against somebody in the bloodline. That means also we brought up Ted Cruz yesterday. Not in the bloodline. Ted Cruz didn't make it through the primary against President Trump. right? Usually these people that aren't in the bloodline who are in the primaries, they don't make it to be the nominee.
And unfortunately for everybody, like I said, Joe Biden and Barack Obama are cousins with Donald Trump. However distant you want to say, they all have the same blood running through their veins. Unfortunately, that's the case.
That's mind-blowing enough. That's mind-blowing enough for me, honestly. Whether other people want to talk about it, say it's because of this, it's because that right there is mind-blowing enough for me that Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, Jimmy Carter, George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, all have the same bloodline, the same blood, as you said, running through their veins. To me, that's mind-blowing. I don't care how you want to say it happened or how you want to try to minimize it. To me, that is insane. And that's something that I did not know, because that video that girl did, I've never seen it. And a lot of people never saw it before.
No, most people have not seen it because it's been kept under wraps. And quite frankly, I don't think anybody ever verified it before. But I personally took it upon myself to verify this, to make sure that this is true. And it is. It's 100% true. They are all related. It is mind-blowing, because you got to think, first of all, they are absolutely picking the presidents, because there are, 300, 400 million people in this country. So it's very easy. How is it, out of 300 or 400 million people, the two candidates that run against each other, one of them is part of the bloodline every time? That means you're picking these people. That doesn't mean that, this senator, or, of course they pick, senator or congressman or this or that, but it always happened to be somebody from the royal bloodline.
That's the point. That's the point. So when people say, hey, you could be whatever you want, well, unless you got this blood running through you, you ain't going to be president. And like I said, let's hope and pray that J.D. Vance breaks the mold. And I will be more than happy, Jack, and so will you, to say, damn, we got had this time. J.D. Vance broke the mold, and we'll take it. But we'll see. We'll see. Now we have something to think about the entire time now. Is something going to happen where J.D. Vance gets knocked out by some ridiculous scandal that comes out of nowhere? We'll see, because he doesn't have the blood running through his veins. It's crazy.
You're right. And that's very possible, though, because you're right. He doesn't have the blood running through his veins. So how could he win based on the things that have been going on? So I question that myself. And if he does win, that's going to be amazing. It's going to be shocking. It's probably not going to happen. And that's the hard part, though, is that, we as MAGA, if he ends up being our candidate, we still got to vote our asses off and hope he wins.
Oh, yeah.
But whoever the two candidates end up being, I'm going to check both bloodlines. You better believe it.
I can't wait for the primaries, the debates, because we're going to go through everybody that's running, and we're going to see. And then what we'll do, and this will be almost like picking like teams to win who's going to the Super Bowl, right? So when they have these debates, and it's for the Democrats, say there's 12 people on stage. Say for the Republicans, there's 5 or 6, right?
Yep.
We will look at every one of them, and we'll find out if they're in this bloodline. And then we'll play it. We'll say, who made it to here? Oh, he's knocked out, no bloodline. He's knocked out, bloodline. He's knocked out, no bloodline. And that'll be fun. I can't wait now.
Absolutely. And then, we can even make bets. Hey, my bloodline guy is going to beat yours, it'll be fun, it'll be a lot of fun. And the thing is, if JD Vance wins, it could crush, the whole thing. But because this has been a thing that's been going on for 250 years. If JD Vance can win the election and break the curse, if you will, that would be magnificent.
Yeah. Well, Martin Van Buren was almost 200 years ago now.
Yep.
So it's been 200 years since somebody, just think about that. It's been 200 years since somebody that doesn't have Lackland's blood has been president. Just that alone is like something that you could chew on and be like, wow, I now, hey, listen, if you're not into politics, now you should be, just because this gives you like this rooting interest, like this other kind of like thing that's now involved where you can grasp onto it and be like, all right, now I have a rooting interest.
Yeah. I don't think people understand how big this is. This is the conspiracy to end all conspiracies. You're talking about your country. The leader of your country is being picked every single time. You thought you had a choice. You thought your votes mattered, but the leader is being picked for you every single time. And that's the case. I mean, even Grok said that it's 1 in 96 quintillion that they're not being picked, that it's just by chance. It's not. It's absolutely a conspiracy, Jay, and it's crazy.
I'm also curious, Jack, now that we talk about, what about the rest of the world? What about Europe?
Mean?
How many of these leaders in Europe are from certain bloodlines, or maybe Lackland's bloodline? Who knows?
That would be interesting to find out.
Yeah, let's do some world leaders maybe and say, is such and such related to John Lackland, or is there maybe another bloodline in Europe or in Africa where African leaders are of a certain bloodline? That's another thing to kind of dig into. Some of these, it's Macron. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You could go around the world now and try and see, okay, are they in the Lackland bloodline, or maybe is there another bloodline in other parts of the world that is dominating leadership in that area or that continent or that country?
Well, I can tell you one thing. If Lackland ruled, the UK and that area up there, Great Britain and that whole empire, and then sent somebody over to America to rule, I'm sure he sent people over to other countries as well.
Absolutely. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? I mean,
we could spend all day asking Grok who's got this bloodline. I want to find out about Macron, though. I want to find. Actually, you know what? Let's do some world leaders real quick.
Let's do it.
Let's just have a little bit of fun here. We got time. We're doing the show for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So let's do some world leaders. Okay, Jay, give me a world leader.
All right, all right, we'll do Macron.
What's his first name?
Keir Starmer.
Emmanuel.
Why not? Let's stay home. Let's stay at home. Do Keir Starmer.
Hang on, I'm doing Macron first.
Oh, Shirley right away. Keir Starmer. Of course, he's from England. Funny. Right, Napoleon. That's a good one, Deborah.
Let's check and see.
Prince William, Prince Charles.
No, he is not related. He is not related to him because his is northern France, Authie near Amiens, it says, and his maternal side is the Pyrenees. So he is not related in France. What about
Jack? Do you want to put Grok up on the screen so people could see you type it in?
Yeah, sure. I thought it was on the screen. Is it not sharing?
No, it's me and you.
Okay, good. See, I'm glad you told me that because I did not know that. Okay, let's do Keir Starmer. Let's all see together if Keir Starmer is one of those people. I want to check Adolf Hitler too.
Yeah, why not? Churchill.
Let's see. Nope, he is not. He is not. So maybe, just maybe, it was America. That is where the bloodline is. Maybe that's where their focus is.
Do Winston Churchill, Jack.
All right, let's try some Winston Churchill.
Margaret Thatcher.
Let's see. Is Winston Churchill part of the whole gang? Yes, he is.
There you go.
Winston Churchill is part of the gang. Of the gang. Well, what do you expect when he ran the country that that Lackland also ran? So, what do you expect there? Let's try Keir. Did I try Keir Starmer?
Yeah, he was no.
He was a no. Wow.
He was no.
I'm gonna try Adolf Hitler real quick.
Okay. After him, I got one for you.
Okay. Let's see. Was Hitler part of it? No, he was not. No, he was not. Maybe that's why they killed him. Who knows? All right, give me another one.
Go do Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher. All right.
The one who
I read that book somewhere. I don't know, when I was a kid. It's stuck in my mind. Let's see here.
Margaret.
No, Margaret Thatcher is not part of it. Let's do some actual world leaders that are alive right now. Give me some world leaders. Let me do Viktor Orban.
Yeah, okay. Hungary.
Yeah. Viktor Orban is the prime minister of Hungary. Let's see. No, he's not related. What about I want to try one more. I want to try Javier Milei.
And then do Maduro.
All right. Oops.
Let's see. Milei of El Salvador. No, yep. Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina. Yep. No, he is not. He is born in Buenos Aires, and his family is Italian. His family came from Italian descent. Okay. And what was the other one? Maduro. Nicolas Maduro. That's right. Let's try Nicolas Maduro.
See what we got.
Let's see. Are you related, Maduro? Nope.
No.
Not related. So it looks to me that it was basically, it started out as Great Britain. Who's the prime minister? Is it Keir Starmer is the prime minister of Great Britain too?
Right now. Yep.
Okay, then maybe it ended with Churchill. Who knows? But I do know that in America, we'll see. What I'm thinking is, the bloodline went to America. They went to this new country to run things there.
That makes sense now, doesn't it?
It does. It makes total sense because his bloodline is not anywhere else that we can find, but yet it's all over America. And so what they did was, Great Britain was fighting America in the American Revolution, and they saw that America was going to win. They're like, okay, we're not going to win, so let's send somebody over there to fight with them. And when they win, we can still run things, and that's where the bloodline is now.
Yeah, the only one we found, and we could look at others. Everybody, if you guys in the comments want to look and put one up there, you got Boris Johnson, blah, 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 go ahead, look for us. But the only one we found was Churchill.
That's the only other one we found. And other than that, see, look at this. If you're telling me that there's no leaders around the world today that have the Plantagenet royal bloodline, yet every single American president except for one has the bloodline, there's no way that's by chance.
That also that reinforces what what you found and now what we've come up with here, right? Because it reinforced it. Why isn't everybody in England of the Lackland bloodline then? It doesn't make sense.
By the way,
every single president in the United States except one?
By the way,
Boris Johnson is, Shirley says.
Well, I can tell you that Bill Gates is part of the bloodline.
Bill Gates?
Yeah. Elon Musk is not, but Bill Gates is.
Okay, Boris Johnson is. All right.
And do you know what that means? That means that Bill Gates is cousins with Donald Trump.
And do Fauci.
That's what that means. Bill Gates is cousins with Donald Trump. That is what that means, everybody.
See if Anthony Fauci is.
All right, this is the last one we're going to do. Then we'll move on. But yeah, because we like doing this. It's fun to see who's in the club. Yeah. That's the thing. No, Anthony Fauci's not in the club. He is not in the club, but Bill Gates is.
Oh, God. Somebody just put it. Deborah put it. Jack, you got to do it.
What?
Epstein.
Oh, you know what? That would be interesting. You know what? And now I got to do Netanyahu, too.
All right.
Let's see. Let me go ahead and pull this up. Show everybody. Let's see. No, Jeffrey Epstein is not related. He is not part of the bloodline. That's why they took him down. He's not part of it.
All right.
Now, how the hell do you spell Netanyahu?
Even if you spell it wrong, Grok will
is Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah. Do the best you can. It'll pick it up.
Let's see here. No, he is not. He was born in Tel Aviv, and his family is Ottoman Palestine. Wow, now that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whoa. His Ottoman Palestine. That is wow. Okay. That's something you wouldn't expect. He's got Palestinian blood running through. That's something you wouldn't expect to see.
Yeah. It's just from the area. It's from the region of the world, I guess. I mean, I my younger brother did the DNA because I told you I won't do it. I wouldn't do it. And we came up with something Egyptian and a lot of stuff over Italian, obviously, but a lot Egyptian too. So it's a lot of it's just all over the place. And who knows where people came from and your ancestors go, eons back. But that aside, the fact that it's not more prevalent in England,
or anywhere else in the world,
anywhere,
except every president in America.
That's it right there. Every single one except for one. That's right there. That should just be, again, people will try to minimize this. That's what they do.
They always try to hate.
Right. So they'll try to minimize it, but we just kind of went across the pond, right? As I like to say, to England, where Lackland was. And it doesn't even come up as dominantly in England.
There's Keir Starmer's not, Emmanuel Macron, none of those people around the UK. That tells you all you need to know. This is a massive conspiracy in America alone.
That's it. There's nothing else to say about it. That's it.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It is absolutely, and I don't think people realize how big this is. It's the biggest conspiracy that you'll ever see in your lifetime. You're talking about the country that is the most awesome superpower in world history. People that look at them as the bastion of freedom and democracy and constitutional republic. It's actually been run by the UK this whole time, by UK blood.
Yeah, by UK blood. I mean that's undeniable at this point. By little, at least a little bit of UK blood is running through the veins of every president of the United States except for Martin Van Buren.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on now because we did a whole episode on it yesterday. It was awesome. I shocked the hell out of Jay, which is always fun to do. Yeah. And everybody else was shocked too, though. You know, that's what made it so great. Everybody else was absolutely shocked.
I can't wait now, Jack, though. I cannot wait for these primaries to see the people on stage and we run through those names. I can't wait now.
Oh, I know. Shirley is saying Tony Blair's related. Phantom Maga said that Mitt Romney and Susan Collins are related. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Jack the Ripper. See, now we could never end. We could
oh yeah, you can go on and on. The problem is nobody really knows who Jack the Ripper is, so you can't really put in a bloodline there. But, yeah, you could go on and on. I mean, you could ask every single person there is, if you part of the bloodline. So let's
Michael Myers from Halloween, Jack.
Oh man, wouldn't that be that would be the kicker? That's my favorite scary movie, actually. The original Halloweens from the late 70s. Absolutely. Greatest horror movies ever made.
Well, that was the one that started it all. That movie, Halloween, 1978, John Carpenter with Jamie Lee Curtis, started the whole genre.
The whole thing started the entire horror slasher genre, and then Scream flipped it on its head. That was a very good movie. That was underrated, if you ask me. That flipped the whole horror genre on its head, man.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was kind of playing the spoof on it, right? It was a spoof of itself, but it was effective, and it was still scary. It wasn't like you were laughing at it because of what it was doing, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, this is messed up.
It was scary, and you didn't know who the killers were. That was the best part of the whole thing.
Yep.
But I got to tell you, they've made way too many of those Scream movies now. Now it's just annoying. They got Scream 37. When I'm 98 years old, they're going to have Scream 120 or something.
Jack, they did it with Halloween. They did it with Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
They did it with all of them. You know why? Because it keeps ringing a cash register. So I guess keep making them. Why not?
Well, the last real Halloween, if you want to ask me, I believe that the Halloween genre, Halloween movie series ended with Halloween H2O.
Yes.
I believe that's where it ended. Jamie Lee Curtis cut off his head. That's it.
Was that with LL Cool J?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the one. Yep.
That was the best one of them all, actually. That was the best one of them all. It was a great movie. If you guys like horror, I recommend Halloween H2O. Excellent freaking movie.
And if you're going to watch the series, all of the Halloweens, just skip Halloween 3. It has nothing to do with the rest of the movies.
How crazy is that? Halloween 3, I rented this back in the day when you had videotapes. I rented it. Season of the Witches. I put it in, and it had Michael Myers is not in the film. It has nothing to do. How in the hell can a movie be in a series and not have anything to do with that series? I was sorely disappointed. I mean, very.
That would be some kind of like a documentary to make, like, who the hell came up with Halloween 3 and how did it even get done in production? Like, who made that decision?
And why did they call it? Why not make it a different movie? Why call it Halloween 3? I will say it was a decent movie. It was not a terrible movie, but I was sorely disappointed because it's not the movie I wanted.
Not Michael Myers. What the hell's Halloween without Michael Myers? It doesn't exist.
That made absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. I mean, this whole time I'm hoping he's going to pop out from behind a corner, behind a bush or something, and never saw him. I was so disappointed. But, they're great movies. Every single one of them. Halloween, the first Halloween all the way to H2O. Don't watch the ones after that. Those are just, fake movie bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, ringing the cash register. All right, let's go.
Let's move on. Here's what we're going to do. Did you know that an Oklahoma Democrat representative, A.J. Pittman, has just resigned after pleading guilty to conspiracy and forgery charges, Jay?
Oh, really? Well, who did he defraud?
It's actually a female, and I don't know what she did. It does not say. It just says, huh?
I saw her. I saw that. I saw that. Yes, I did. I saw her. It was last night. I saw her. She's like really like made up and glamorous looking and all that.
Do you know what the charges were? I don't remember.
Oh God, I saw it last night on my feed. Pittman. The last name's Pittman, Jack.
Yeah, AJ. I believe it's AJ Pittman. Yeah, AJ Pittman. I can't remember what. I mean, it doesn't show the charges on here.
Oh no.
But I just thought it was interesting that a Democrat representative, huh?
Okay, Aisha AJ Pittman has resigned and pled guilty to 3 felony charges, including forgery and conspiracy, after submitting a fake check to the state ethics commission to Doge, repaying misused campaign funds.
Wait. Did you just say she submitted a fake check to an ethics commission?
Yes.
Whoa!
To Dodge.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Dodge and I'm reading Doge because I'm so used to it. No, she tried to dodge repaying the misused campaign funds by, submitting a fake check to the state's ethics commission.
She submitted a fake check to an ethics commission, an ethics board. That tells you how deranged these Democrats are. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Okay, and it says she, resigned today. That was on the 28th. That was yesterday, and before turning herself into the Oklahoma County Jail. There you go.
How do you try to give a forged instrument to an ethics board? A forged instrument to an ethics board. You are literally demonstrating to an ethics board that you have no ethics.
They just think that nothing's going to happen to them. You see the mortgage for Eric Swalwell's basically running for governor of California, and he doesn't live there.
Nope. The rules don't apply to them. A quick sidebar. Deborah said that King John is also related to various signers of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. That is amazing. Yeah, I told you. They sent these people over to America when they knew that America was going to win the American Revolution. They sent those people over there to fight with America and then become president, become, signers of this or that, so that way they could still run America without actually winning the war. That's the crazy part.
Well, see, if these guys are signing the Declaration, they were here. And they were here already, probably, or maybe they got sent over when things started.
Well, the Declaration was after the American Revolution.
What's that?
I believe the Declaration was after the American Revolution.
No, July 4th, 1776.
Yeah, when was the revolution then?
Right after that, it started. That was
basically sure?
It was during. It was right around there where the war started.
I don't know
why. Check that out.
Before the Declaration of Independence.
Check it out. Just get the exact date when the first shots were fired by the Minutemen, I believe, wherever it was. But even here's the other thing: they could have sent them over because they might have realized we're starting to lose a little bit of a grip here. And maybe they started 20 years before that. Who knows? But that is interesting that these guys are over here signing the Declaration. I mean, could have been here by chance, but man, I don't know. Check.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna look that up though, because that's bothering me. Okay. I want to find out when was what was the exact years of the American Revolution.
Yep.
I want to know because that's bothering me now. I mean, I always thought, for some reason, I don't know why I thought the Declaration of Independence was after, but oh, look at this. It started on April 19th, 1775.
The year before.
Oh, give it to me.
The year before.
Josh.
The year before.
Yep.
All right. So the year before, these guys are signing. They're getting ready, or they're talking about it at least, right? So it was signed July 4th, obviously, 1776.
So it wasn't after and it wasn't before. It was in the middle of it.
In the middle. Right in the beginning, pretty much. When did
we were both wrong.
Well, when did the Revolutionary War end, Jack? What
1783.
Yeah, I think that's right. Right. So it was right in the beginning. It was right in the beginning of the war. Not about a year, not even a year, but a little over a year in.
It was during, not before, not after, during. We were both wrong.
Both right, both wrong. I'm going to say we were both right, Jack. We were both right.
Okay, we were both right. I'll give you that. We were both right.
I like that better.
All right. Yeah, we were both right. Okay. So let's see what we got here. That was interesting that she was charged, with these things, and then she resigned. I thought everybody should know that because Democrats rarely get charged with anything, that they do. So that was very good to see that happening.
Yeah.
Now, did you hear what Tulsi Gabbard said recently? She said that Biden and Kamala Harris were never calling the shots, which we already know. But she also tells you, and she confirms the existence of the cabal. I have always told everybody there is a global cabal that runs the world, and it's made up of, the bigwigs of the world. You know, I've always told everybody that, you know, and she actually confirms this. I want you to listen to this, Jay. She confirms the existence of the cabal. Okay, everybody take a listen.
The troubling part about all this is it's not even people who we vote for. When you look at what happened when President Biden had that infamous debate with President Trump, it exposed the reality that many of us have known for a long time, which is that President Biden has not been the guy calling the shots. He has not been the guy making the decisions, nor has it been Kamala Harris, for that matter, nor will it be if she is elected president. It is this cabal of, you know, the Democrat elite, the woke warmongers, made up of the likes of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and, you know, Tony Blinken and Jake Sullivan.
She just confirmed right there in very low volume, even though I had it up. That's as loud as it would go for some reason. But she just confirmed right there, Jay, that a cabal has been running America. A cabal made up of Barack Obama, Jake Sullivan, you know, Hillary Clinton, all these people. Not just America, but there is a cabal that runs the world. And she just, I mean, this is the director of the national intelligence.
Well, that was before.
Confirmed this.
Well, that was before. That was while Biden was still president. If I listened to her correctly, that was before she was DNI.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
that I don't know.
I think she was still talking that if she gets elected, she talked about Kamala Harris. So I think that was before. But
I don't know. All I can tell you is
it as the cabal that we know runs everything. And yeah, I totally believe what you just said.
Oh yeah, all I can tell you is I don't know if it was before or not. I mean, if it was, it doesn't really matter because what she said stands.
Yeah.
That there is a cabal that runs things all over, and you know, she all but confirms it. She says it right there, straight out.
Another reason why they didn't want her to be where she is now. So it makes actually more sense that she said that before the election. Look how much they resisted her. Look how much they always resist her. They don't want her. They don't want anybody that thinks like that or will actually admit it in these positions where maybe they could actually expose it. We know that. That's why they can't stand her.
You're absolutely right. And I'm going to show you, this is something that you sent me. But so the elites of the world, I'm going to show everybody what the elites of the world are doing now. This is what you can't do, but they can. You know how they try to live longer, how they try to look better. You know how they talk about how there's like these crazy conspiracy theories about adrenochrome and children's blood and all this and that. A lot of that stuff is insane, but some of it is born out of the things that they really do, like filter their own blood in other countries. I want you to take a look at this. This is Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank. He is, I believe he's a billionaire or something.
Oh, yeah.
But he is one of these elites, and he admits to this while it's happening. While it is happening, I want you guys to take a look at this.
This is my fourth time. I come here every time I come to Dubai. Anytime I come to the UAE, I make sure I take at least half a day to come here. The great thing about the procedure here is you can measure it almost immediately in how you feel. You start to feel really good, and it doesn't take a long time. Every time I come, I go through an EBO process, which is where they drain almost 4.5 liters of your blood through a dialysis process, clean it, ozonate it, oxygenate it, and then inject 50 billion exosomes, which go into your bloodstream for the next 4 months.
Every 4 months, they filter their blood. Jay, that's what they're doing here. They're filtering their blood.
Sounds very inexpensive.
Yeah, in Dubai. No. Everything's cheap in Dubai.
Right. Yeah, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, really a conservative, to be honest. And when he's on CNN on Abby Phillips' show, he actually does a pretty good job usually. And he
is one of the elites, though.
Oh, absolutely. And yesterday he wanted to buy TikTok. He was one of the people in a group that was putting in to get a TikTok. He didn't get it. But he was with President Trump, I think, yesterday with Nicki Minaj when they were talking about the Trump accounts. So he's always around, and he's right there on camera, like you said, admitting that he's going through this like blood transfusion where they take his blood, they clean it out, they inject it with this stuff, and he feels like $1 million after, and he does it every 4 months. I want to know the price tag on that. Somebody look that up. I'm sure it's got to be in the tens of thousands of dollars to get done.
Oh yeah, but see, the reason that I'm telling everybody this and showing everybody this is because this is just what you see. Imagine what you don't see. Imagine what the elites do that you don't see. That's why you hear things about adrenochrome and this and that, because whether that's true or not, it's based on a true story. Like the movies that aren't 100% true, but they're based on a true story. That's what these kind of things are, based on a true story. These elites are filtering their blood every 4 months in Dubai. Imagine what else they do. Imagine the crazy shit that elites do. Do you know what Hillary Clinton did on Anthony Weiner's laptop?
Oh, well, listen, right before you finished that sentence, I was like, whoa, wait, what's he going to say? No, I don't know what she did on Anthony Weiner's laptop. That laptop was, you probably need a shower after looking at that thing.
Well, I know many cops committed suicide after viewing what was on that laptop.
Yeah, we'll never hear about that, well, will we? That laptop is where it all started.
Well, I don't think you could show, because I know a few things that were on that laptop, like Frazzle Drip. Have you ever heard of Frazzle Drip?
No.
That is what Hillary Clinton did on that laptop, supposedly, allegedly. I can't say she did it for sure because I've never actually viewed the laptop, but it's called Frazzle Drip. Look it up. It is one of the sickest things you will ever see in your entire. In fact, don't look it up. If you look it up, you will have a different perception of how humans treat each other.
I'm not. And that laptop. Interesting, right? That just. Where is it? These aren't the droids you're looking for, right? Where is that laptop?
Oh, that shit is under wraps, man. You can forget about it. If there's shit like Frazzle Drip on there with Hillary Clinton, imagine what we don't know about that's on there. That's one of the things that got out. Imagine what we don't know about. There's just no way. You can't release something like that. That would, oh my God. Jay, you need to look up Frazzle Drip when we get off here. You need to look it up just for your own mind so you can see the kind of stuff that is on that laptop.
I'll do it. All right. I'll do it.
And I'll tell you right now that it is something that you could not possibly imagine a human doing to another human.
All right. Even with as much as I've seen in my life, you're going to tell me
this is not something that you would imagine.
Okay.
It's not something that you would imagine. I promise you that. It's not something that you've ever seen, ever heard of, or would think that a human being could do to another.
Okay. I will look after. And
it was done to a child, by the way.
Oh, great. That's just even better. Yeah, that's just, yeah.
And again, all of this is allegedly, for all the lawyers out there, this is alleged, okay?
Right. Alleged. Again, because we've never seen this laptop. I mean, Hunter Biden's laptop, at least I think we've actually seen what it looks like.
Pictures, yeah, we've seen videos from pictures.
Right. But that Anthony Weiner laptop, and this is a guy, Anthony Weiner would have been the next mayor of New York City if he just could have maybe stopped taking pictures and creepiest pictures too, and sending them to 8 to 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds. He would have been the mayor of New York City. He would have been. He was in. And that all came out and it tanked him. And then Bill de Blasio became the mayor of New York City. And we know what happened from there. Now we have Zohran Mamdani. But there you go.
Yeah, Cajun lady said, please pray beforehand if you look up what Frazzle Drip is. For anybody out there that's looked that up, yeah, it's gut, like Cajun lady said, it's gut wrenching, and it is. Ugh, boy. Okay, let's move on. I don't want to think about it.
Let's go.
All right, so there's a lot of misconceptions out there. Now, I believe in chemtrails. In fact, I know they're true because I've heard of many studies that were done, people that have actually collected samples and analyzed them. There's toxic metals in some of these chemtrails. They do weather modification. These chemtrails you see are not sprayed out there to kill you. They're there for weather. People like to say that they're sprayed out there for population control. That's not the actual. That's just a side benefit for the government. But their actual reason for spraying them is weather modification. If you've seen the way the snowstorm and everything that happened recently, it was going towards North Carolina, where I am. It stops and makes a left turn, goes straight up. I mean, it stops in the middle of its path and makes a left turn. And all you see for the last week is streaks across the sky. Every city in America, streaks across the sky. And then you see this snow that some people are showing in different areas, it was having some problems. We had Jay test this, and it actually melted. It didn't have any problems where Jay was. So, but yeah, like Shorty said, 13. There's 13 chemicals, and there's like barium, aluminum, all kinds of stuff that are in these. And it is cloud seeding. It is weather modification. And if you think I'm lying, I'm going to show you something in a minute, Jay. Go ahead.
No. I tested the snow. We did, and my snow melted. So it didn't turn black or anything. And it says we want to prove when things aren't messed. Right? We want to show when it's okay, things are fine. My snow was fine. I had no issues with my snow. The issues I have with my snow is that it's still there because it's been freezing cold ever since it snowed and it's not melting. That's the problem. I need to actually take my blowtorch outside and melt the snow because it's too cold out. That's the only issue I'm having with my snow right now.
Well, let me tell you what's going on. Okay, so I have, and if you think that I'm lying, that the storm couldn't just halt and then turn, I'm going to show you something. Take a look at this, Jay. This is the beginning of an article, okay, that I want you to see. Take a look at this. This is an article right here from the Telegraph, okay? This was October 21st, 2007, okay? This was one of their old articles. Okay, they put it on their art. They put it out there again on 2024. First, it was 2007 when it was originally published. Then they put it out there in 2024. But take a look at this. This was 19 years ago. Scientists a step closer to steering hurricanes. Right there. How to halt a hurricane. 19 years ago, Jay. 19 years ago, they were able to stop and steer hurricanes. What do you think they can do now?
Make them and then stop.
Absolutely. But they can stop, start, and steer snowstorms. I mean, So if you think that I'm just crazy, just spouting off conspiracy crazy theories, I don't do that. I give you actual evidence. You can go look that article up. It's called just type in Telegraph and steer a hurricane. You can read the whole freaking article from 2007.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll come right up. That's like I said, 19 years ago. Sure, a lot of things have advanced in 19 years. We know that.
If they could do that back, 19 years ago, imagine what they could do now with the technology. So when you see streaks across your sky, just know it's weather modification.
And
That's
by the way,
exactly what's happening.
When you put this stuff into an AI, the AI is going to tell you. The AIs do everything possible. They do gymnastics, AIs, to try and debunk or steer you around anything like this every single time.
I would not put anything into an AI, Jay.
Nothing
that you want to know and that could be political, and like steering a hurricane, weather modification, chemtrails, that's political stuff. Yeah, anything political, they will downplay, they will try to debunk, they will say, oh, it's likely that it didn't, that kind of stuff.
I'm actually amazed at how forthcoming it was with the Lackland stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty shocking. And I will say Shorty is correct. The hurricane in North Carolina was man-made as far as I'm concerned, because I'm in North Carolina. In fact, I'm in Asheville, North Carolina, which is the epicenter of where the hurricane destroyed our entire city. I was without power for 2 weeks. And, there are posts about it because I was doing the podcast at that time. Secret America was rolling at that time. It was only audio, though. It was not video. But we lost power. We did not do Secret America for 2 weeks. And my co-host back then, James Clary, put out posts because I was not able to even use phone network because the towers were knocked down. Most of them anyway. There were some. I had to go down to the gas station. It was the only place I could get any kind of signal to use my phone. Couple miles down the road. So I would text James and then he would put out posts saying, this is what's going on. Just pray for Josh and everybody in Asheville. That's how people knew what was going on. But I was without power for 2 weeks. This storm, hurricanes don't strengthen as they go across land, Jay. Okay? Hurricanes, no. I'm in the middle of America. I am in the center of America. Oh, yeah. Deborah was with me at that time. She said, I remember that. You running to the gas station. Awful. Yes, Deborah was with me at that time. She has been a listener since our very first episode, May 2024. So she remembers, that hurricane at the time and when I was trying to get back and forth. And I put out videos showing the destruction. I mean, it was awful, man. It was awful. But it was man-made, I believe. I mean, hurricanes do not hit us that hard. We are in the middle. We are in Central America, okay? We are in the mountains. Storms are weakened as they get to us. Instead, this storm strengthened and crushed us. Nobody was prepared for it because hurricanes don't crush us here. We get a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind. No.
Yeah,
This was something else, Jay.
Yeah, no, the mountains and the land usually tear that stuff apart. They usually tear the hurricanes apart. That's why when they make landfall, they diminish. That's normal. This didn't happen that time, and the amount of rain that it dumped down on your area in Tennessee was just
our crest was at 24 feet high. We got 24 feet of rain from the river, and then when the levees broke. Get this. Okay, so Asheville is at the bottom of all these other mountains. It's on a mountain, but it's at the bottom of all these other mountains. It's like a fishbowl. Imagine a fishbowl, and Asheville sitting at the bottom of the fishbowl. All the water that gets rained on comes down the mountains and sits on Asheville. Sits in Asheville. So all the rain from all the mountains came to Asheville into our rivers. Broke the levee, and I believe, and I'll go to my grave believing this, that Duke actually opened that dam to allow the water to come through the rest of it. I'll go to my grave believing that, because like Deborah said, it was a land grab. I had a viral tweet back then that actually showed Roy Cooper, who was our governor back then, say that he's tried to get people. He said buybacks are better. We are trying to get people just to give up their land and start over. And believe it or not, the reason that it was a land grab, Jay, is because our land is full of quartz, and it was full of something else. Lithium. That's what it was. I'm sorry. It's full of lithium over here. Are in mountains near Kings Mountain, near Asheville, full of lithium. Okay. And get this, not only is it full of lithium, but there was a lawsuit by the citizens to stop the lithium mine before this happened. When this happened, it wiped out all the citizens.
Well, I love how they call it a buyback. You can't buy back something you don't own in the first place, Governor. Just like with guns. We're going to buy back. You don't own it. You can't buy back something that you don't own in the first place. But it's amazing that they call it a buyback, isn't it? Isn't it? It's infuriating, actually.
No, it absolutely is. In fact, I'm going to see if I can find that real quick, because I want you to see this, Jay. I want you to see this because it is incredible. I'm going to see if I can find buyback. I'm going to see if I can find that video because it went viral, and that's why I was on. I went on a few shows because of it, and yeah, the hurricane was crazy. But that hurricane was why we decided to start video. Before that, we didn't do video.
Right.
So the hurricane was the reason that we decided to do video. Before that, it was all audio. I'm trying to find it now, but there's no guarantee. Okay, so yeah, there's no guarantee I'm going to be able to find that. For some reason, it's not showing what I want to see. But let me tell you, Jay, it was absolutely crazy. I mean,
did you go to your page, Jack, and search? Did you search buyback? Did you type buyback?
Yeah. But see, I recently switched my username. It was America's Outlaw for the longest of times. Right. And I switched it to Jack Danger Live. So now when I go to check things, you know how X is. I mean, there's so many glitches in X. So many. I mean, I type in hurricane, nothing comes up. Nothing.
Wow. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well,
all my posts are gone from the past. All of them.
Okay. That sucks.
Wait, I found it. I found it.
All right, good.
I found it. I want you guys to see this. I finally found it. Listen, look at this, Jay. I'm going to put it out there where I want everybody to check this out, okay? This right here is it. All right, first, I'm going to read the tweet to you. See, back then, it had 2.5 million views, 37,000 likes, 23,000 retweets. And I said, breaking. We have video evidence of what we've been saying all along. This hurricane was a land grab for lithium and white quartz. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper said some areas you just shouldn't build back. Did you hear that? Some areas you just shouldn't build back. We've been able to convince people that buyouts are better. Not buybacks, excuse me, buyouts. We are able to convince people that buyouts are better. He said you shouldn't build back. Take Hey, listen to this.
We work with them. We have plans for local governments. You know, in some areas, you just shouldn't build back. And we've been able to convince certain communities and people that buyouts are better, and you create groups.
We've been able to convince some people that buyouts are better, Jay. That buyouts are better in a land that's full of lithium.
And what kind of value were they giving on those buyouts?
Oh, let me tell you one other thing. And I wonder if somebody put you do not get flood insurance in the mountains. Nobody could pay to rebuild. So the hurricane was perfect for these people, perfect for the government, perfect for everybody else. Happened during Biden's time, right? Happening right in the middle of Biden's, at the end of his time. Happened right there in October. Oh, no, it was September, excuse me, September of 2024. September 26th was yesterday. September 26, 2024 is when it happened, and it was perfect for the government. Nobody had flood insurance in Western North Carolina. It said 1% of, because floods don't happen in Western North Carolina. Right. Hurricanes don't happen in Western North Carolina, but this did, and it wiped out everybody, and nobody could build back. You couldn't afford it. No insurance.
It's kind of like what they're doing in California with in the Palisades. You can't afford to build these houses. You can't afford to even build the house.
Exactly. That's what they are doing.
Right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same thing in Maui.
You can't afford. Right. You can't afford to build your house with everything that they want you to do to build that house back. It's impossible for 99% of the people there. So what are they going to do? They're done. They're out. That's it. Now the government has that land.
And that's the whole point. That's the whole reason they did this, is because they wanted that land. That is that's the whole reason that they did this. It's incredible the way that stuff worked out. And you know, it's funny. I don't know if you know who David Ick is, but he actually put up my post on his website. He was Alex Jones before Alex Jones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to look him up sometime. It's pretty incredible.
Does he have the same voice as Alex Jones?
No. No. He does not have the same voice as Alex Jones. Luckily, I mean, that would, I mean, no offense to Alex Jones, but his voice to me is about as appealing as Robert Kennedy Jr.'s voice. No offense to Robert Kennedy Jr. either.
No, it sounds like it hurts. Like that's what I'm listening to him. It sounds like it hurts when he talks. It's like, oh man,
it does.
It does, right?
I mean, yeah, it does sound like it's hurting, and that's that is what it is. And you know what they gave us for our troubles?
Yeah.
Guess what they gave us for our troubles to help build back? The same thing they gave to the Maui fire people. Everybody got $750.
Well, you guys, what you should have done is you should have left and went to Mexico and then came back over the border.
Yeah,
illegally. And
that's true. If I came back over elite, that's smart. That's smart. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over from now on. I'm going to start telling people that my name is Jose. I am an illegal, and I have nowhere to live. I have no money. Can you help me?
Well, under Biden, you would have struck gold. Under Trump, I don't think you're getting back in. But under Biden, you at that time, which this was, you would have struck gold. You would have gotten a new house, phones, clothing. You would have medical insurance for free. Everything. You would have been taken care of, Jack. But no, you're just you're just another schmuck, tax-paying American schmuck. That's it. Second-class citizen in your own country. That's how you're all treated.
Oh, yeah. No, you're absolutely right. So I want to show you some of these things from back then, because this is really cool. It's just a trip down memory lane. Check this out. All right, so we were an audio post at the time. See, this is right here, October 9th, 2024. It says 2 weeks after Hurricane Helene hit Asheville, Jack Danger finally has power. And then that's when, they said, join the duo. That was our podcast back then. Look, we had the drawn faces. It's funny, but that was back then. Look at this. Okay, check this out. This is a video that I put up. I said I was trying to get to work this morning in Asheville, but every road going my way was shut down. Take a look at this video I made of the destruction of just a small part of my city. Imagine what the rest looks like. Jay, I want you to see this and imagine what the rest looks like.
Yeah.
So we were trying to get back to Biltmore Avenue, but every single thing here is destroyed. I mean, look at the train right here. This is the train. We were going to go down this road right here, but that's obviously not possible, as you can tell, so we're going to have to turn back. But this is Asheville now.
That was the city after the hurricane. It was incredible, Jay.
And you know what? I mean, that's horrible. Sorry you had to go through that. It's absolutely awful. I couldn't imagine.
Well,
and you know,
I got relatively lucky. My only problem was being without power and a little bit of damage, to like the house and the car, but nothing serious.
But your city is destroyed.
Oh, the city.
I mean, and
have you ever lived in a city without power before? I mean, for a long time, for like 2-3 weeks. Have you ever done that?
During Sandy, there were a lot of people here. I got lucky. Mine was back on during Sandy, probably after about 5 days. A lot of people went weeks without power around here.
It's not like you just having power or you just not having power. When nobody in the city has power, I'm talking the entire city. You can't buy anything. You can't get food. They finally, some of the places had to open up their stores because the refrigerators were off and they were killing all the groceries. So they opened up the stores. The only thing you could do, cash. And there's no ATMs on. There are no ATMs on. You can't get cash. So you have to go all the way down to South Carolina. But guess what? The hurricane washed out the South Carolina highway, washed out the Tennessee highway. You are trapped in a city with no power. That's what happened.
The other thing that was awful is people couldn't take showers. I mean, I was offering people, hey, you want to come over, take a shower? People on Facebook, I was saying, my Facebook friends, if you need to take a shower, my shower's good.
I was very lucky there too, because with the we have a heater that's a gas powered. It's not one of those tanks, so it can actually plug into a generator and still go with heat. So we were very lucky on that. In that we were able to take hot showers. So.
Yeah, no, it's huge. And the thing is, like, President Trump it was very early in his term, like maybe in the first week, he went down there.
President Trump gave us stuff, not money, but he helped us rebuild, as opposed to Biden. He did a flyover. I was watching him fly over my head. He did a flyover with our mayor, Esther Manheimer. You can look that up. That's our mayor's name, Esther Manheimer. She's still the freaking mayor, by the way. But he did a flyover with her. That's all he did. That was the only time we saw him.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if that was President Trump in a, just doing that? Remember when he got like skewered because he was in Puerto Rico, he was throwing the paper towels. Meanwhile, Joe Biden let American citizens also just basically, he did nothing for you guys. Zero. President Trump came in his first week, went there with Melania, I remember. And then from what I understand, you're there. Things kind of improved pretty quickly after that. They left you guys for dead. They didn't want you voting. That whole thing, Jack, that happened in North Carolina.
It had to do with the voting too, yes.
100%. That's what got me started on social media, putting my face out there. And I was doing like Instagram stories saying, where the hell is FEMA in North Carolina? Where are they? Because I remember during Katrina, George Bush getting crushed because, good job Brownie in New Orleans. And I was like, where is FEMA? I don't even see a press conference going on from FEMA in North Carolina. These people have been literally forgotten. And
it's funny that started you on video online, because that's what started me on video too. But let me show you something. I actually got a picture of what FEMA was doing during this time. Take a look at this. This is my post from October 26, 2024. Okay. This is a FEMA camp that was in Asheville right here, fenced in. That's what they were doing. FEMA camp. Look at all these trucks. Excuse me. Trucks and trailers. There's a whole bunch of trailers there. And guess what? If you were lucky enough to get there, if you were lucky enough to get to one of these camps because you were out of power, you had to live life like a refugee under guard. It was terrible, man. Terrible.
I was going on YouTube. I watched this one guy who's a prepper. His name is Pinball Preparedness. I don't know if anybody's heard of him. He's got about 25,000. Have you heard of him, Jack? He's got about 25,000 followers. Nothing huge, but he was really doing a lot. Like because he was Tennessee. So he was trying to help out the people in Tennessee. And I was donating money to a GoFundMe that he put together they were delivering like way more supplies more effectively than anything FEMA could do. And he was reporting on it like, FEMA's in the way. FEMA's telling people, no, you got to put the stuff over here. We'll take it. And they're like, no, you're not taking anything.
Well, they were also again here in North Carolina. FEMA was destroying donated items.
That's what I mean.
Saw them. destroy donated items. They were telling people not to donate shit. They were telling people that everything was gone. And guess what? There were civilians trying to help trapped people out there. The government actually warned them, said, we will charge you with a crime if you. I want you to look at this. Here's another one of my posts from way back when, October 7th, 2024. Take a look at this. We are, this is me right here. We are now at day 12 without power on my side of Asheville, North Carolina. God, I cannot wait to be able to do the Secret America podcast again. For all you fans out there, the first episode back is going to be insane. We have evidence of weather manipulation, tax money theft by FEMA, destruction of donated goods by FEMA, as well as myself as an eyewitness account from the biblical devastation caused by the engineered hurricane where I live. I have amazing stories to tell you of heroism, tragedy, and triumph, as well as discoveries that could crash the entire government. And let me tell you, there is a photo from the newspaper in Asheville that has the caption, biblical devastation. It was the worst hurricane since Katrina, if not more than.
Yeah, I mean, I think more of an area. New Orleans, obviously, during Katrina, and there were other parts of New Orleans that got absolutely destroyed by Katrina. But as far as I guess the amount of land, the amount of territory that was absolutely just wiped off the map.
It destroyed whole cities around us. Swannanoa, destroyed. Chimney Rock, destroyed.
Yeah, wiped off the map. Literally wiped
the whole
off
city.
The map.
Whole city.
That's what I'm saying. So that whole thing, and this is like, trip down memory lane, and it's relevant because I just want to put the difference out there when you have an administration like Donald Trump's administration, where I don't want FEMA, to be honest, Jack. I think it's one of these other government overreach things that the Constitution doesn't call for, because I don't know
FEMA should not be around.
It shouldn't be around, but
it should be handled by state emergency management agencies.
Exactly. But if it's here, I'd rather have Donald Trump as president or someone like him to administer, to run it, than Joe Biden, who weaponized it. Literally weaponized.
Yes, he
FEMA
did. He so we could not vote. It made us to where we could not vote, because this was October, the month before the election. A lot of people could not vote. They still didn't have power, or they were trapped where they are. I mean, I have videos of roads splitting in half, of people where their entire driveway around their house, the land around it was wiped away. So they are on an island with a Grand Canyon around their entire house. They have nowhere to go, no way to get out.
It's like a moat.
It was a moat.
Yeah.
It was a moat with trillions of tons of water passing at their feet. There were people that were on top of their roofs, sleeping at night, on top of their roofs with trillions of gallons of water passing at their feet. I mean, they were on top, no idea if their roof and house were going to be washed away at any second. There were bodies hanging from the trees, Jay.
That's what I was going to ask you. Weren't there people stuck in trees? I heard
there were bodies, dead bodies, hanging
trees
from trees. It looked like Halloween decorations because it was right before Halloween. It was in October. And not only that, there were babies that were swept out of their mother's arms. There are videos of the most horrific stuff you have ever seen. It was terrible.
Yeah, and Joe Biden and his FEMA did absolutely nothing but get in the way if they did anything. And that's what got me. And it's funny, like you say, I didn't know that that's what started you on your kind of social media, putting yourself out there journey. But it is what got me started. I said, I can't sit back. And I don't live there. But I'm watching this, and I just remembered Katrina and how the media was going nuts over it. And they've never, and listen, I'm not a George W. Bush fan, but they have never let George W. Bush ever live down how he handled Katrina. And I'm saying, this is worse. I'm saying this is awful. As I said, at least I remember good job Brownie, because Brownie was down there doing press conferences. I said, where are they? They're not even there. They're not even talking about this. And you have a whole state that can't vote in this election. I said, that is what this is all about. They don't.
That was a huge part of it.
These conservative areas, they don't want them voting. And that's what it was about. And Joe Biden and the Democrats, they are an absolutely, at this point, that's domestic terrorist activity, what they did. Period.
Oh, absolutely. And North Carolina is a swing state, a red swing state. So yes, we could not vote at the time. I mean, we were able to. I mean, some people were eventually able to vote, but a lot still didn't. I mean, it was insane.
Were you able to vote? Were you able
I
to
was
vote?
able to vote, yes.
Good.
Like I said, I was luckier than most because I don't live around a body of water. And it was the bodies of water that really destroyed everything. Our river gained 24 feet of water. I mean, imagine the infrastructure and the ecosystem around a city that is sitting at the bottom of a fishbowl, and all the rivers gain 24 feet of water.
Yeah. No, it's awful. It's again, there's nothing you could do about it. Water, I mean, fire is horrible. We know that. Obviously, we've seen it. Water, though.
You can try to put out fire. What the hell are you going to do with water?
Water is just so destructive. It is so destructive. It destroys everything in its path. I mean, and there's nothing, like you said, there's no way to stop it.
No, you can fight a fire. How the hell are you going to fight a water?
You can't. You can't fight water with fire, but you could fight fire with water. So there you have it. There's no way to stop it. It's why these tsunamis, when they happen, just wipe everything. There's nothing you could do about it. It's just get out of the way and hope that you're not in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah. And I personally, especially after seeing that from Governor Roy Cooper at the time, I do believe that it was a weather modified hurricane to steal the lithium, because the lithium is what, Kings Mountain, North Carolina, and all around Asheville that we are sitting on. And that's what happened. I mean, and when my tweet went viral, I went on like the Stu Peters show and Deanna Lorraine and all these other places, because they wanted me to talk about what was going on, because that's exactly what happened. I mean, they were stealing the land, and then they made it to where the reason they did it this way is because only 1% of people, like I said, had flood insurance, so nobody could afford to build back, and they're not going to give you the money to build back. You got $750 for your trouble. And thank you, Deborah, for saying that you're thankful that I made it through. I really appreciate that. This is just an interesting trip down memory lane, because it is relevant. It's relevant to how our government works. It's relevant to what still goes on in America. And it's relevant. I mean, it will always be relevant until we have an actual free America.
And we shouldn't forget. And that's the thing. Also,
Never forget. No.
People forget. And we don't forget Katrina. But that's because the media won't let us forget. I wouldn't forget anyway. But you know what I mean? The media won't let us forget that, because they turned that into something, a racial issue. Again,
that was
everything's racial. But this was a targeted non-operation. Let's phrase it that way. A targeted non-operation to try and, again, so you want to talk about suppressing votes, Democrats? That was a voter suppression. That's what that was. Forget about, the SAVE Act is about voter suppression. Georgia's voter ID law is about, no, it's not. It's about making sure people can't cheat. It's making it easier to vote, harder to cheat. This was voter suppression, and it cost people their lives. That's why this is so absolutely disgusting. It can't be forgotten. And it's another reason why Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas and Kamala Harris should be in prison. Period.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, they should be in prison. That was the reason that we went off on that, is because it was weather modified, and that's what the storms that are going on now are still doing. Weather modification. The snowstorms that you're seeing now are a part of that weather modification, and that's why it triggered this trip down memory lane. And then you've got if you go outside, look up in the sky during a blue sky day, you will see streaks of white going across your sky. You tell me that that's vapor. Water vapor disappears after a while. Okay. Usually it disappears instantly. It'll just vaporize. But yet condensation, doesn't just stay. It might crystallize, but as it falls, it will warm up and melt, and then it'll vaporize. That's what happens with condensation. But let me tell you what happens with chemtrails, with weather modification, with cloud seeding. It spreads like a cloud, and then it goes down to the earth. Spreads like a cloud and goes down to the earth. When you see those streaks across the sky, watch them. Then go back in your house for 10, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Go back out and look again. You'll see them start to spread. Then you'll see them start to fall. That is the difference.
And they'll blame it on climate change. No, it's not
Yep.
climate change. And what is that, Terry? What did she say? Well, no, something. Oh, wait, when they are predicting snow flurries in Tampa Bay, something is definitely going on. Yeah, it's
Yep.
probably this crap, and they'll blame it on climate change. Jack, do you have the video about Al Roker when he's trying?
Yes, I do. You said
Please
you wanted
play
to
that.
play the video with Al Roker. First, give us a little background on it, what we're talking about. What we're playing here.
Well, it's just Al Roker on, I guess, an NBC. I think he's NBC. He always has been. And he's going to try to, this was from, I think, last February. And he's saying, they're saying, well, why, if it's, the climate is warming, Al, why is it so cold?
Watch him try to explain this. Let's not tell anybody.
Yeah.
I want you guys to watch. Jay found this video. I want you guys to watch Al Roker try to explain why everything is getting colder if it's supposed to be global warming. I want you to check this out. This is hilarious. Take a listen.
Well, yesterday I heard you guys talking when we were talking about all this cold air, and you said, well, if the planet's warming, how come it's so cold? So we thought we would answer that for you. So Arctic air is contained by this polar vortex. It keeps it up there in the Arctic. However,
by the way, he is misconstruing that. He is misidentifying. That is not the polar vortex, just so everybody knows. So that's one thing he got wrong. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The planet is warming. Climate change has actually caused significant warming up into the Arctic. So as that warm air comes up into the Arctic, that weakens the polar vortex, that boundary.
Again, he's wrong about the polar vortex, but look at this. He's pushing. He says that hot air is going up and then cold air is coming down because hot air is going up. There's not enough room for the both of them. What's weird is there's infinite room in space, in the atmospheres. So how in the world could warm air push cold air down as it goes up?
And it allows that cold air to move south. And that is why climate change, global planet warming, actually allows some parts of the country to be colder than usual.
So apparently global warming means colder than usual.
Oh God, I think I just got dumber. But listen, those graphics, though, you know what, Jack? I have to believe him because those are amazing graphics. So if the graphics do that, that means that what he was saying is true.
Oh, absolutely. But he was confusing the tropospheric polar vortex with the weakening of the stratospheric polar vortex. So he already confused those two things. And then he suggests that long-term warming of the Arctic causes cold air to be dislodged from the north, come southward into mid-latitudes because it makes the polar jet stream wavier.
When I was younger, okay, it is the late 80s, in the 80s, and the ozone layer. There was a hole in the ozone layer.
Oh, I remember that. You aerosol spray cans. Don't do that. It's causing a hole over over Antarctica.
Well, it's true, Jack. You know how I know it's true? Because when I was younger, the girls used to really wear their hair really high and they used a lot of Aquanet, the hairspray, to do it. So I think that's what caused it. And since the hairstyles changed and we don't use as much hairspray now, that's what made the ozone layer close up. I think that's what happened.
The ozone layer is about as true as Y2K.
Yeah. Y2K. All right. Listen. And here's the other thing with these names. All right. The vortex, bomb cyclones, thunder snow. I mean, with these names, and now we're naming winter storms. Everything's about fear. Everything is about fear.
That's why they give you these descriptive adjectives.
Yeah, it was just a storm. And I used to love to watch the Weather Channel before the Weather Channel of all things went woke. But when I was younger, I used to love to watch the Weather Channel. I enjoyed it. And there was none of these names. Yeah, you know what had names? Hurricanes. Hurricanes had names. That's it. There was no names for winter storms. There was no bomb cyclones. There was no thunder snow. There was no vortexes. There was none of this stuff. It was cold. It was hot. It's a storm. And that's it. That's it. The only thing that had names were hurricanes. This is absolutely ridiculous. That Al Roker clip you just played should be a Saturday Night Live skit. Like literally, it should be a Saturday Night Live skit. When are people, how does somebody watch that and say, yeah, that's it. Thank you for explaining that to me. And I don't know how they watch it and they take it seriously because I just can't do it. How many times have these people been wrong? I'm sorry. When was the last time any of these people were right? Can somebody answer that for me?
Well, I can tell you one thing, Jay. They're never right. Okay, they're never right. But since we got about 20 minutes left, let's go through some of the things that's been going on. Okay, let's go through some of the things that's been going on. So apparently, Fulton County, Georgia Commissioner Mo Ivory said the FBI seized 700 boxes of 2020 election ballots from Fulton County. So the FBI is on this. They may be able to prove that this happened. And I have some stuff from back then that is crazy. I mean, the Dominion offices, their central office, their headquarters are in Belgrade, Serbia. Okay, get this. There was a Dominion server right during the election, right after the election, that was seized by the military in Germany. It was seized by the military in Germany, America's military in Germany, and it was ordered by Belgrade. Guess who was in Belgrade during the election? Hunter Biden was in Belgrade during the election. That server that was seized is the server that shows that Trump actually won the election. It shows the actual votes. That's why it was seized and nobody ever saw it again. And that's why it's also been erased from all media. If you go back and you see people that have screenshots of the videos where at the bottom it says military seizes Dominion server in Germany, it's 100% true. And get this, not only that, but you know that Joe Biden's sister was married to a part owner of Dominion Systems? Joe Biden's sister, Valerie Biden Owens, was married to someone that Joe Biden's brother-in-law basically owned Dominion Systems at the time.
Interesting.
That is true. You can look it up.
And all related to King Lackland.
Well, that I don't know, but I can tell you that actually did happen.
Insane. And I'm hearing Democrats, listen, the panic button's been hit here. They're all, what are they doing? The FBI. Hey.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on. I'm getting some kind of feeling here that you don't believe what I just said.
No, I do. No, I absolutely believe it.
I'm telling you, it's 100% true. You can look it up.
I don't know. I absolutely believe it. 100%. I don't.
Okay, I was getting the kind of feeling that you thought I was talking crazy shit.
No. If I think you're talking crazy, I'm going to tell you you're talking crazy.
Good.
Right? Don't worry about it.
Good.
Don't worry about it. No, not
I
at
need
all.
somebody to keep me in check.
Yeah, and same here. But at the same time, I'm saying that today you see all the Democrats coming out. What's going on? Trump is this. Shut up. Because you know what? When Mar-a-Lago's doors were being kicked in by the FBI, I just heard that the FBI was doing their job. So what's going on in Fulton County, Georgia? FBI's just doing their job. Shut up.
Well, Jay, did you hear that a private jet belonging to some prominent anti-ICE and anti-Trump lawyers crashed in Maine? 8 passengers died.
Yeah, was that yesterday or 2 days ago?
It was January 26th. It was about 3 days ago.
3 days ago. I heard about that, but I really didn't get into it. What was that all about?
For all I know is that the private jet, combined, these lawyers spent tens of millions of dollars fighting Republicans in Texas, and now they're all dead. So I'm not saying there's a conspiracy there. I'm just saying that, as much as I don't want to speak ill of the dead, at least they're not fighting Trump and ICE anymore.
Yeah, that's true. And no, we don't want anybody to die in a plane crash. But
no.
Again, it's the amount of money being spent and the amount of resources and the amount of networking that Democrats have at this octopus. How many tentacles does it have? I mean, there are people that go into this type of stuff with the NGOs and everything. It is the network that they have built probably since the early 2000s to try and basically perpetually just run things and fight things and obstruct it. It's beyond our wildest imagination, and it's very, very difficult, obviously, to take down. Very difficult.
Don't even get me started on NGOs. How can it be a non-governmental organization if it is funded by the government? I mean, the government tells you what to do or they pull your funding. I mean, Jay, how is that?
Sounds pretty governmental to me.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But speaking of the private jets, speaking of planes, I want you to hear this. Since 2000, women and minorities, who make up less than 10% of all pilots, were factors in 66% of crashes caused by pilot error.
Well, Jack, you're obviously a misogynist.
Oh, I must be. And a racist.
Because you
just yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just gave actual facts, so I must be.
Right. Well, those facts are racist and misogynist because that's just how it is. You know, math can be racist now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Again, listen, if you can do the job, I don't care what you are. But if you can't, not every job is for everybody. That's just a fact of life. Jack, who's your favorite football team?
Miami Dolphins.
Okay. The Miami Dolphins aren't going to call me to play quarterback. You know why? Because I can't. I can't play quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. I do not have the physical ability. I didn't even have it when I was younger. Okay. So that job is not for me. See, that's a meritocracy. All jobs should be a meritocracy, just like sports. Okay. The ultimate meritocracy. Either you do the job or you're told, here's the door, you know,
based on merit. Exactly.
Based on merit and your ability to do the job. So if you have the ability to do the job, I don't care who you are, what gender you are. It doesn't matter to me if you're a man or a woman, because there are only two. So if you're a man or a woman and you could do the job, do the job. That's fine. But there are some jobs that men are just better at. There are some jobs that women are better at. We know these things. That's just biology. That's all that is. There's nothing wrong with that. That's called following the science too, right? We've gotten so astray, this DEI crap, all of this stuff, the affirmative action, it is destroying our society. And thank God we finally have a president that's trying to rein it in. He's trying to rein it in. But another thing of this octopus that has got such a grip on our society, it's not easy to just turn off like a light switch. It can't be done. So that's why we need to keep winning elections, everyone.
No, you're absolutely right. I want to show. So, you know how foreigners have been taking over these countries lately, you know, because they were allowing all these illegals in America, the UK, England, everywhere, right? Well, I don't know how many of you out there are Christians or religious, but there is a passage that I saw that is translated from the Bible, and this is true. You can look this up. Now, you know, based on different translations, you know, it says the same thing with different words and different translations, but it all says the same thing. Take a look at this, Jay. It says in the Bible right here, foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. In the end, they will be your rulers. That is Deuteronomy 28:43. It is 100% true. Did you hear what I just said, Jay?
Read it again.
I'm going to read it one more time. Foreigners who live in your land, let's say illegals. Illegals who live in your land will gain more and more power. Not just illegals, though. Muslims, Islam, they're all gaining more and more power now. Foreigners who live in your land will gain more and more power while you gradually lose yours. They will have money to lend you, but you will have none to lend them. In the end, they will be your rulers. Deuteronomy 28:43. That is 100% from the Bible, and it is true. It's true. It's what's happening.
Look
it up if you don't believe me.
No, I believe it. I'll simplify it. You can't bring everything from there here without here becoming there.
Bingo. There it is. You can't import the third world without becoming the third world. You can't import Islam on a regular large scale without becoming Islam.
It's okay, guys, this isn't, this is not rocket science. We all know this, right? It's not. And there's nothing wrong with telling the truth. They're telling the truth. That's all we're doing. And that doesn't say everybody's bad. No. It's not what not everybody's saying. Everybody's bad. Everybody's this, that. We just had on the other day, 2 shows ago, Dahlia Al-Akidi running for office in Minnesota against Ilhan Omar.
And she's amazing.
Outstanding.
Yep.
Okay?
Amazing.
Muslim, but outstanding. Okay. Yep. I'll be very happy if she gets into
She's not a radical Islamist. Yeah.
No. So that's the point. When we're talking about this stuff, Democrats at this point, it's about a takeover, 100% a takeover. It's about single party rule in perpetuity.
So, Jay, since we've got about 10 minutes left, I'm going to go through some topics pretty fast because there's some stuff I want people to hear. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So first things first, did you know, news of the weird? Okay. If a world leader is covering the cameras on their smartphone, That should tell you something. That should tell you that they can hack into your smartphone and look at you and video you anytime they want. Check this out. This is Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel. Look at his camera right there. That's his phone camera, okay? That is his phone camera with tape over it. Take a look again. Here's another one. This is a different phone right there. Tape over the camera. This is Benjamin Netanyahu. That if a world leader of Israel does this, that should tell you something right there. That should tell you something right there, Jay. I mean, if a world leader does it, come on.
Is there any statement out of Netanyahu or anybody?
No, nobody even talks about it. He doesn't mention it. He does not mention
about that.
Maybe, but I can tell you he doesn't mention it. He doesn't talk about it.
Well, listen, if you guys want to look through my camera and you're really going to be bored for the most part.
No, but say you're on the toilet taking a poop and you're scrolling through your phone. I mean, if they video you taking a poop, you're straining and all that, that's going to, I mean, you don't want, what if they blackmail you with that? Oh, we're going to put this on X, unless you do this,
Yeah, that's blackmail. It's blackmail material. Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah. Who the hell wants to have that out? Are you kidding me?
No, not at all. But again, I want somebody to ask somebody in Netanyahu's office, why is he taping up his camera?
But the main thing is, I want to know that too. But the main thing is, if he's taping up his camera, that tells you that you should be taping up your camera.
I got to tape up my freaking phone camera now.
Nowadays, I'm sorry, but you do. You have to these days. All right, let's move on quickly. Did you know, Jay, that Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla is extremely excited about their new invention? Okay, they made a tablet that dissolves in your stomach. Okay, it dissolves in your stomach and it shows a signal that can show where you are. So now people can put this in your food, you eat it, and they can track you wherever you go.
For how long?
It is in your, I don't know, but I want you to take a look at this. Take a listen to this real quick. This is insane.
FDA approved the first electronic pill, if I can call it like that. It is basically biological chip that it is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and dissolves into your stomach, sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that, compliance.
Imagine the compliance. Did you hear what he just said? Imagine the compliance. If they know where you are at all times, they'll know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It all plays into, I think, in the end, that they want that digital ID.
No, that's the number one thing. If they can get digital ID, they can usher in social credit scores. They can do all that stuff. Raina makes a good point though about the previous thing we talked about. Why is he taping the back side of the camera only? Now I can't tell. He might tape the top side of the front camera. I don't know. I didn't see the front of his phone. He might tape the top front of his phone.
Yeah,
we need to take a look at that too.
Yeah, I'd like somebody to ask the freaking question. If I had the access that you did to Benjamin Netanyahu, we'd ask him that question. What's going on with the tape on your phone?
Okay, so we're gonna real quick. So I'm gonna tell you a few things. We're not gonna really talk about them because we don't have time. But I want to tell you a few things that's going on. Okay, what?
I said, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. A woke brewery in Wisconsin announces free beer the day Trump dies. They actually put out a post that says free beer all day long the day he dies. Show us this post when it happens in a few months, and we'll make good on that promise. Update. We meant the Madison Taproom because that's open all year. If he dies in the summer, then it's going to be the Minocqua Taproom. They are saying free beer all day when Trump dies. These are sick people. Okay, so did you know that making jokes in a bar could land you in jail in the UK? The British government just passed legislation criminalizing telling offensive jokes in public places. If you go to a restaurant, tell a joke that makes an overhearing waiter in London feel offended, you will go to jail. Anything you say that somebody can interpret as offensive, you will go to jail in the UK. Basically, if you say anything in the UK, you will go to jail. Tape your mouth shut the same way Netanyahu tapes his cameras. Yeah. That's what you got to do in the UK. All right, now let me tell you something. Go ahead.
No, what is going on in the UK? I just don't get it anymore with the UK. Why are we still having any normal relationship whatsoever with the UK?
We should be sanctioning them. We should be doing all kinds of shit.
I
But let me go ahead and move on real quick because we got a few minutes left. Let me tell you one thing, okay? If you want to make some money, do what Nancy Pelosi is doing. She just sold $50 million worth of Apple. Now, how the hell does she have $50 million worth of, I don't know. But she also bought call options on Google, Amazon, and Nvidia. You know, so I would do what she does if you want to make money, because she definitely makes money. Now, Jay.
Well, hold on, Jack. One thing. The problem is, Jack, is that she doesn't have to disclose that stuff for 45 days. That's the problem.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why you can't make any money with her.
Exactly.
Even though she does better than like 500% better than the S&P 500.
Yeah, than Warren Buffett. Yep.
So the newly uncovered voter rolls in Wisconsin, a state president, Trump, lost to Biden by only 20,000 votes, show that over 7 million people are registered to vote in Wisconsin, despite there only being 4 million adults living in the state. 7 million registered to vote, 4 million live in the state. Let me go ahead and move on a little faster because we only got a couple minutes left. I want to tell you about a few more crazy things. Senator Elizabeth Warren, she won Massachusetts by 676,000 votes. In Massachusetts, there are 744,000 duplicate registrations. So, you know, I'm just giving you things that's going on here, okay?
It's all fraud. We should have 62 seats in the Senate.
Oh, yeah. Elon Omar's winery suspiciously surged in value from practically $0 to $5 million.
Right.
Can you believe that?
No wine, Jack. No wine. Nobody in the building. And the name of the one wine, I think, what was it? The Devil's something? One bottle of wine anybody found from Ilhan Omar? Nobody. There's no winery. There's nothing. No sales. The last post on Facebook was like 3 years ago.
Absolutely. And let me tell you, Virginia Democrats just introduced a bill that bans immigration laws from being enforced, get this, within 40 feet of a polling place.
Yeah, why are they worried about that?
Within 40 feet of a polling place, you can't arrest an illegal anymore. You know why? Because they want illegals to vote. And if they say, hey, you're safe, they're going to vote.
Thank you very much. Say the quiet part out loud. We want... I just can't. I can't. These people don't even care anymore, Jack. They're literally laughing in our face.
It's insane. It's insane. Like this, let me tell you something else. U.S. Navy sailors were caught and charged in marriage for green card schemes. Okay, this isn't a tabloid drama. It's a national security warning sign. 2 U.S. Navy sailors stationed at Naval Air Station in Jacksonville, Florida, were charged with conspiracy to commit marriage fraud, accused of taking tens of thousands of dollars to enter sham marriages with Chinese nationals. They were charging $35,000 to $45,000 per person. So they were basically selling marriages for green cards here, Jay.
And that's with Chinese nationals.
Yes, Chinese nationals. Okay, we got 3 minutes left. Go ahead.
Treason.
Absolutely. Absolutely treason. So I'm going to say a few more things before we go. Did you know that Marco Rubio, as great as he has been, he now has 4 jobs. He's the Secretary of State, acting National Security Advisor, acting Archivist, and chair for the World Expo 2035 bid. I mean, this guy does it all, Jay.
I think it's hysterical. And I love how President Trump with his cabinet is doing more with less, literally.
One last thing I have got to mention before we go. What people don't realize, the U.S. House just passed a bill to ensure that the government can shut off your car whenever they want. That bill, if it passes and is signed into law, will put a kill switch in your car starting in 2026. Every new car, 2026 moving forward, will have a kill switch. That is just the beginning. That means that they can shut off your car when they want to. If your car thinks you're not driving properly, say you go 5 miles over the speed limit, your car can shut itself off. You're not wearing your seatbelt, your car can shut itself off. The government sees you make a nasty post about Democrats, they can shut your car off. They can say, okay, you did this, 48 hours, you can't drive your car, Jay.
No, well, that's got to be taken out of that bill. And if it gets the president,
it's the only bill. It is the bill.
Well, he's never going to sign. He better never sign that bill. Please. Never.
Oh,
Never.
not just that. You know Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Mr. Beast. Well, guess what? He has gone completely mental. He is actually he is going to pivot into, he's actually taking some Bill Gates type fake meat. He went to this fake meat place, this fake meat laboratory, and he took chicken. He ate regular chicken. He ate fake meat chicken. He said they taste the same. He is now hawking Bill Gates fake laboratory meat, Jay.
Well, why not? I'm sure he's getting paid nothing for that, by the way, Jack. I'm being sarcastic. And
But it's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Well, we got 15 seconds, and Terry's saying that Bill that thing's in a minibus, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But anyway,
yeah, I mean, okay. So real quick before we go, I gotta say, everybody, make sure you're careful. 2 teenage girls just overdosed in a dangerous Benadryl challenge at a sleepover. So watch your kids. These TikTok challenges are insane. Benadryl challenge. Everybody, stay safe, stay warm. And just be careful. You know, we love you and we love America. For Jay Gatling, I'm Jack Danger. Thank you for watching Secret America.
You've been listening to Secret America.